$4 in USA. At $1 in $1 in $1 in $1 in US.
U.S. Tobacco, a diversified growth company. A people company with a family of products manufactured with skill and marketed successfully with pride and enthusiasm. We make so much that America consumes with pleasure that we're an intimate part of America's leisure lifestyle. So, in telling you a little bit about ourselves, we're telling you a little bit about America, too. A new day in one of the many communities that U.S. Tobacco calls home. This is Sparta, North Carolina, where making great pipes is part of the way of life.
This is a beautiful part of the country. It's enjoyable. It's just a pleasure to live here. The living style is easy and informal. I'm Jack Martin, president of Sparta Pipes, which is the manufacturing wing of Dr. Graybo pre-smoke pipes. I think the thing that really sets our factory apart is our people. They have a certain pride, not only in themselves, but in what they do. They're unusual people, independent, loyal, and people who still expect to work for what they have. Dr. Graybo is by far the largest pipe manufacturer in the world. There is very little equipment for the pipe industry manufactured commercially. The ingenuity of the people here in and around Sparta has enabled us to develop this equipment which you just don't find in other pipe factories. The Dr. Graybo pipe is the only pre-smoke pipe available. We also have musicians in the plant. And there again, that is a characteristic of this mountain area. People love to play and make music.
When you're smoking smoke lights, when you're smoking smoke rights, yes, when you smoke a pipe, smoke Dr. Graybo. It's the only pipe in the world that's free. Smoke before you buy. Quality's always sell, and that's the reason why. When you try Graybo pipe, you'll forget the rest. 'Cause when you buy Graybo, friend, you bought the best.
You're probably used to seeing a Dr. Graybo or one of our imported Mastercraft pipes in the hand of a friend. Chances are he chose it from this retail display, made too with that special Sparta pride. And some of the best tobaccos for those pipes come from U.S. Tobacco.
$15, $15 in the US, $15, $15, $15 Imperial, $15 in the US.
Visit an auction. You'll see our professionals buying just the right leaf for our pipe blends, our snuff, and even our cigars.
The tobacco that you bought is excellent.
One of those professionals is Gil Ralston.
The bright flake for blends of pipe tobacco like our Revelation, Brig. I have been in this business practically all my life, and this year it'll be 43 years that I have worked in a tobacco plant. Be sweet and mild.
Do you think this tobacco has
Before
enough
Gil
body?
retires, he'll have taught Randy Cox everything about purchasing tobacco.
Now, I would like to stay with this body and...
Well, when we buy tobacco to put in our products, we're looking for quality of tobacco. We want tobacco that smokes good, it's mild, has good flavor, taste, but we want tobacco that we feel like we're getting a bargain at buying. If we pay a high price for it, we want a good quality tobacco.
The United States Tobacco Company is a reliable company. Our relationship with our customers, they trust us, we trust them. Our relationship with the people from whom we buy supplies, tobacco, and others, they know that we want quality, and they're going to give us quality, and we are going to handle our end of it.
Judging from consumer acceptance of the 22 domestic pipe tobaccos we distribute, such as Revelation, Union Leader, Briggs, Virginia Gentleman, Bond Street, and Field and Stream, Gil and Randy and their colleagues are buying just what millions of American pipe smokers want.
$2, $3 US.
When you make products closely identified with America's leisure lifestyle, you help promote that lifestyle.
U.S. Tobacco always plays a prominent role at the annual Tobacco Festival in Richmond, site of the exciting Tobacco Bowl game. We're into sports in a big way, whether it's NCAA or pro football, bowling, the Olympics, or the Copenhagen Skoal-sponsored National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association Championships in Bozeman, Montana.
In one of our most successful promotions, U.S. Tobacco annually offers $100,000 in scholarship awards to member schools of the NIRA. This, like most of America, is Copenhagen and Skoal country, where millions every day enjoy that pinch of tobacco between cheek and gum. A whole new generation of young men and women have turned to moist, smokeless tobacco. California's Lee Seamus is one of them.
I've been dipping in Copenhagen for about 10 years now. Have you ever tried it? I tell you what, when it's in your mouth, and I don't know, it makes me concentrate. You know, like when you're roping or something, you'll be sitting in your horse in that box, backed up and ready to go. And when you have it in your mouth, you can kind of play around with it, and you can just be ready anytime just to go and rope or do anything.
Champion college cowboy Roy Cooper.
I dip Skoal. Tastes good. You know, it's great. I'll tell you what, I guess just a long time ago, cowboys liked tobacco. I guess they probably the ones that started it all, you know. And all the cowboys on them ranches, you know, dip and chew, just got into rodeo. And that's the one where I started dipping, it was around the rodeo.
One of the people behind U.S. Tobacco's Copenhagen Skoal Rodeo promotion is Red Springer.
We're trying to stress, number one, education. Number two, we're trying to build rodeo, which is ultimately going to be very important to us because they are such big users. And number three, if we accomplish these two things, then our product message is certainly going to get across to these people and consequently increase our sales.
Our promotions, our national advertising, and our good taste have made the Copenhagen and Skoal trademarks a familiar sight around America. And to keep up with increasing demand, we've had to build this extensive plant in Franklin Park, Illinois. You see, our moist, smokeless tobacco business is setting new sales and profit records every year. It's a big market. Just how big always comes as a surprise.
Walt, I'm sure glad that you were able to...
Our Copenhagen and Skoal TV spokesman, Walt Garrison, had never visited our Franklin Park operation until Otto Roeder showed him around.
You know, when we walked up on the catwalk and looked out over the entire plant, there's just so many things happening at once. You know, the plant was so busy, and I really didn't expect it to be so busy and to turn out so much product.
Well, this is where we painted the Skoal.
no idea that so much care went into making the product, or that they built in so many checkpoints just to make sure the public gets it fresh. The average person, you know, without actually visiting the plant, just wouldn't have an idea all the steps that go into producing Copenhagen Skull.
Well, this is one of the most important parts of our operation. Putting the date on the can, letting our customers know the date it was made.
Well, you know, that's right, Otto. That's the very first thing I always look for when I go to the store to buy Skull. Otto tells me they make 1,200,000 cans a day, and that's a hell of a lot of cans.
I'm Jerry Beathy. I'm the division manager in Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota. I run Division 520, which encompasses the Twin Cities and all of southern Minnesota.
Hi there, guys. We're with U.S. Tobacco.
Sampling of smokeless tobaccos to consumers is one of the oldest techniques employed by U.S. Tobacco to gain new users.
Hi, how are you?
It's a tie-in with national television and point-of-purchase material to put that product personally in the hand of the potential consumer.
When your hands are busy, this always comes in handy.
Any man that is busy using both hands, working, playing,
It's pretty good.
such as factory workers, sportsmen, men working with fire hazard conditions.
Between your lower cheek and gum. Hi there. Got a little sample. Skull, smokeless tobacco. Have you ever tried any snuff brand? We all like to cut down on smoking. It's an excellent way to do it, too.
Guys want a good shoe.
Oh, you got some Copenhagen. Well, great. Congratulations. And stick it in between your lower cheek and your gum. And here's the brochure on how to use it.
In addition to sampling, all U.S. Tobacco salesmen pay careful attention to the needs and concerns of our dealers. Don Siegelstrom is typical.
Our salesmen call on their regular accounts on about a 6-week period.
Mr. Taggett, how are you today?
Hi, Don.
Glad to see you.
Nice seeing
Family?
you. Wonderful,
I
wonderful.
understand that your son recently was married.
Yeah, Mark.
Great.
Yeah, finally got rid of him.
Would it be okay for me to check our products today?
Certainly.
Okay. I'd like to start with the moist brands.
All right.
Copenhagen Skull, Happy Days.
He usually walks in with a very friendly smile and greets the manager, checks the stock
How's
rotation.
Skull been doing for you?
Been real good.
A good thorough salesman must be responsible. He must make sure that we have the best looking department in all stores. That's one of the reasons why U.S. Tobacco does such a good percentage of the pipe tobacco and moist brand business today. I hired Don Siegelstrom 3.5 years ago. Don has been trained the same way as any other salesman in U.S. Tobacco Company, but he has a sincere desire to do good, to do it just a little bit better than he did it the day before.
Couple items I wanted to show you today.
All right.
We have a Borkum Riff deal display. And I say display, it's designed for counter display. We're going to have supporting national coverage on NFL and NCAA college football games. And our
Counter displays, putting the counter display, the product right in easy reach of the customer. More impulse sales.
2.5 dozen purchase, there's 5 pouches free. Bring you back an extra 16% profit.
Beautiful. That's what we need.
Great.
So,
And what I'd like to do is leave you with one today, if we could find a spot on your counter.
we'll put it right up here by the cash register. Great. You know, Borkum Riff moves real great for us.
Pipe smokers, like pipe makers, are a special breed. They take pride in an art form that becomes almost an avocation. To cater to this feeling, U.S. Tobacco purchased one of the world's oldest and largest pipe collections, named it after our best-selling Borkum Riff imported tobacco, and is taking it on tour across the United States before installing it in our tobacco museum in Greenwich. Borkum Riff is the largest-selling imported pipe tobacco in America, and our recent acquisition of the distribution rights for the popular Amphora brand solidifies our #1 position for years to come. Here at Willowbrook in New Jersey, crowds showed up not only to see the exhibition, but to watch a pipe smoking contest, which is part of the overall merchandising effort.
Sponsored by the United States Tobacco Company, importers of Borkum Riff, the #1 imported pipe tobacco in the country.
U.S. Tobacco's Bob Rothenberg served as the host for this on-location game show. The idea was to see how long contestants could keep their pipes lit with a pre-measured amount of Borkum Riff.
had seen the ad when she was shopping here in Willowbrook, and I enjoy smoking my pipe, so I thought I'd come down just for the heck of it, something to do on a Saturday.
Promotions like this bring goodwill to U.S. Tobacco and its dealers and keep our sales figures rising. The winner, Wallace Wheatley, received an imported Mastercraft pipe.
Well, I switched over to a pipe 20 years ago. And I think this time experience really paid off. And the tobacco, I think, had a lot to do with it, too. One of the greatest tobaccos I've smoked.
This is Yo, Pennsylvania, in the middle of the Pennsylvania Dutch countryside. Here we make cigars in all their shapes, sizes, and tastes at the House of Windsor, the home of cigar veterans like Harold Groom.
Making cigars is a special skill, a labor of love passed on from generation to generation. Take my friend Palmer Winter.
That's fine, Ronald.
His grandfather started a cigar business here in York County. His father carried it on, and now Palmer works with us at the House of Windsor.
Good.
Harold Groom has a product and price to suit every cigar lover. From the 10-cent Wolf Brothers rum-soaked line to the 25-cent House of Windsor Palmas and Mark IVs.
It's nice to know that the cigars we make here give so many people so much pleasure. We talked about tradition and pride in the cigar business, and that all comes together here in our Don Tomas imported cigar department. Forelady Betty Druck supervises the packaging of our Don Tomas cigars, handmade at our plantation in Honduras. We cigar veterans know that Honduran tobaccos are among the finest in the world. That's why we also use them extensively in our House of Windsor products.
Our success with people who love tobacco has given us the opportunity to please others with different products. This is Shelbyville, Tennessee. You see, at one time there were cedar forests here, and craftsmen used them to make pencils. Now the cedar comes from California, but the craftsmen are still here, and they make a full line of pencils and pens in the new home of our subsidiary, the National Pen and Pencil Company.
I am Ray Scott, president of National Pen and Pencils. We started the Tuckershaw Pen Company 22 years ago in Richmond, Virginia. We came into the industry at the advent of the ball pen. This is our most popular style pen, ladies, so please be careful with it. Since then, we have added fine line and broad tip markers, and then we acquired National Pencil Company, manufacturers of wood case lead pencils. Our pen sales are growing because we have a good product. We offer superior sales service. That's the way U.S. Tobacco is.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, and Phillies fans everywhere, we are about to present the winning entry in the Cadillac Sweepstakes. It is tiny but terrific, Gretchen.
Little Gretchen is also part of the world of U.S. Tobacco. She didn't star in a television commercial for our Cadillac Pet Foods, but she did hold center stage at a Philadelphia Phillies game.
Let's give Gretchen a big hand, our official Phillies mascot for 1975. Mr. Manuel Leto, president of Cadillac Pet Foods Incorporated, makes the presentation.
The response of the public for this mascot contest was overwhelming because we had over 15,000 entries in a short time. which we feel were just sensational.
I entered Gretchen in the Cadillac dog food contest because I thought she could win. She's cute, she has a spirit, and she loves Cadillac. Carries her dish around when she's done eating.
Our growing sales for Cadillac pet foods more than keep pace with the high-speed production line at our new plant in Pennsauken, New Jersey.
Pet foods, another area where U.S. Tobacco recognized a need for a fairly priced, quality product and carved out a fine niche in our marketing area. And expansion plans are now being made. This is the newest and most exciting addition to the world of U.S. Tobacco. Our $6 million San Michel winery on the outskirts of Seattle. Our Washington State premium varietal wines are already in great demand. And visitors to the winery are learning why.
My name is Greg. I'll be your guide today on your tour. Before we begin, I'd like to point out this display to you, which we think communicates what we're up to here at Chateau Saint Michel. The most important thing are the grapes. Not many areas have the proper conditions for the vines of the sort that we grow to flourish. In the Yakima Valley, we bring together a unique set of soil conditions and climate that allows us to get the most out of the grape varieties. And the better the grapes, the better the wine.
The Yakima Valley is a unique wine-growing area, located at the same latitude as France's famed Bordeaux region. It has plenty of sun, constant growing temperatures, and a steady underground water supply. Saint Michel President, Wally Updike.
There's an old saying among winemakers that you can't make a good wine out of bad grapes, and you sure as heck can make a poor wine out of good ones. But the important thing is that we, in fact, do have some fantastic raw materials in the grapes that we're growing in the Yakima Valley. Winemaking is a centuries-old occupation. However, it's very interesting to note that there are tremendous technological developments within the wine industry. We are utilizing the most modern, up-to-date techniques of winemaking as well as modern equipment.
More Cabernet again.
As a master blend, it tastes even more balanced, and the oak shows up.
We're developing some of the finest wines in America today.
Well,
I think you'll be pleased with it.
Might be ready.
Semillon Blanc, the Johannesburger Riesling, the Cabernet Sauvignon, and the Chenin Blanc.
Let's say, Joe,
these have all fared tremendously well in tastings throughout the country.
I think you'll even be more impressed with it out of the tank now that we've made a master blend of it.
The 74 vintage was an awfully good start.
The market for San Michel products, we believe, is very, very substantial. The fastest growing part of the wine market today is in premium quality table wines. We fit very nicely in this category in terms of quality and price.
I think it balances well with the wood. But with proper bottle aging, we could bottle this now, and by release date, it will be a very well-balanced wine, Wally.
Yeah, great.
Shall we bottle it? Good, we'll do that.
Saint Michel, Semillon Blanc. The demand for the product would dictate a much higher price for it, but we're shooting for the long term and looking for a niche in the marketplace.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your wine.
Thank you.
The guiding force behind the record sales growth and continued financial success of U.S. Tobacco is here on this softball diamond in Greenwich. Umpiring at first base, Chairman of the Board and President, Louis F. Bantle.
Out! It's fun to get out with our people. They have a positive spirit on the ball field and in their work. They have a sense of individual pride in being part of and contributing to a company that's attained record growth year after year. Our niche philosophy works. We've been successful in positioning our products in smaller segments of large markets where we know we can gain acceptance and profitability fairly quickly. We've carved out good niches with Borkum Riff and Amphora, with Dr. Grabo and Cadillac Pet Foods. St. Michel will be a respected name wherever premium wines are discussed. We expect our fast-expanding moist smokeless tobacco business to continue to grow for years to come in every region of America.
When you're smoking smoke lights, when you're smoking smoke right, yes, when you smoke a pipe, smoke Dr. Grabo. It's the only pipe in the world.
The Dr. Grabo pipe is the only pre-smoked pipe available.
The winning entry in the Cadillac sweepstakes.
Otto tells me they make 1,200,000 cans a day, and that's a hell of a lot of cans.
My dip's cold. Tastes good.
It's nice to know that the cigars we make here give so many people so much pleasure.
We're developing some of the finest wines in America today.
One of the greatest tobaccos I've smoked. For Revelation, Briggs, Old Brown.
We offer superior sales service. That's the way U.S. tobacco is.
Stick it in between your lower cheek and your gum there. How about a free sample of our smokeless tobacco today?
Sometimes at home with Ginny, I think of how great the future looks. And I wonder about the days when we tell the Chinese, the Russians, and the rest of the world about Copenhagen, Skoal, and happy days. We're going to need more than one snuff plant in Chicago, that's for sure.